Hi all, welcome to Acharya School. So in this class, we can discuss about the enterprise concept in Linux. So we can discuss about the web and DB as well. Different types of enterprise Linux which we are using. So why we are using everything we can discuss in this class. So the enterprise, so Linux which mainly useful in enterprises and it's mainly using for deploying basic web and database servers in the Linux. So what is mainly enterprise Linux? Because it provides stable, secure and supported Linux distributor. So which is designed for production environments. So we have the Red Hat Enterprise Linux and CentOS, SUSE. So we have like a different types of enterprise Linux available. So why we are using this enterprise Linux which we are using? So because it provides mainly securing updates and mainly useful for the vendor patches and it also supports the stability as well and help us in the compatibility as well. So when you are working with compatibility means different types of enterprise applications. So we have the web, DB, monitoring tools. So we have like a different types of enterprise applications. So it's mainly useful for the security purpose as well because it has the minimal downtime. So, so what is the enterprise Linux mainly? So we have the web servers or enterprise Linux. So we can discuss this each and every concept. Here mainly web server is a software that mainly delivers web content. For example, if you take the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So it's mainly to deliver to clients over HTTP and HTTPS. And we have the popular web servers. We have Apache HTTP server and Nginx and Live HTTPD. So we have like a different types of web server, but we are using in the less common. It's mainly using in the embedded environments. So we have the popular HTTP server. Present most of the nowadays we are using the HTTP server only, and it's mainly useful for the highly configurable service. And we have the Nginx web server. So Nginx, if we take Nginx is mainly lightweight in nature. So and also it requires a high performance, and it has the reverse proxy cables. If you take the enterprise usage, so it mainly useful for hosting internal or external web apps, and mainly useful for serving static or dynamic content, and useful for the reverse proxy and load balancing and SSL termination. So with this usage of enterprise web server, we can able to add. So what is the enterprise Linux mainly? So in enterprise Linux we have RHEL, CentOS, Luminix. So we have different types of Linux distributions. So depends upon whatever the enterprise version if you want to use, you can use. So this mainly help us in the different types of OS distributions. It typically offers long-term supports and it helps us in the regular security purpose. And as well as with the help of, we have the stability as well. And vendor support. And it's mainly predictable for the release changes. So there are so many advantages with the, while using the enterprise Linux. So to ensure our Linux machine is highly available. So these are the main examples of enterprise Linux which we are using. So why enterprise Linux we are using? So we have the web server. It mainly connects our servers to clients. Usually if you take over the internet. So for example, if we take the web servers as HTTP and HTTP web servers we have. And also we have the Nginx. So these are the main common web servers which we are using nowadays. So let us know about the difference between these enterprise Linux and normal desktop Linux as well. So this desktop Linux which we are using, for example, it's mainly personal purpose we are using and development purpose also we can able to use. Let us write each and every one. So first we can write about the purpose of each Linux. Difference between the this enterprise and desktop Linux. First we can write the purpose of enterprise Linux. So it's mainly we are using for the production servers. And business applications. And we have the desktop Linux. So this mainly help us in the personal use. So not like this not looking good. So we can modify these steps. Let us write everyone in clear manner. Enterprise Linux and desktop Linux. So in the enterprise Linux, we have the purpose of it mainly useful in the production servers and business apps. So whereas in the desktop Linux, it's mainly useful for personal use and in the development purposes. The enterprise Linux mainly it's a paid official support. Means we need to buy from the Linux, but it supports community support. And in the enterprise Linux, we are going to testing, but it has mainly slower, but mainly it has the stable updates when you compare to desktop. So in this we have frequent and unstable updates we are getting. So we have the futures. So in the enterprise Linux it has more security, more stability as well, and as well server we are help of server management as well. But in the Linux we have the futures of multimedia, and we can also use for the gaming purposes. So these are the main difference between this enterprise Linux and the desktop Linux. So why we are mainly using this enterprise Linux? Because it's cost effective. So we can replace like expensive servers. So for example, if you are seeing Windows server, if you are using operating system. So instead of with the help of enterprise concept, we can replace and we can customizable. And it's also secure and stable. So when our application is more secure and stable, most of the companies they're mostly using this type of Linux only, right? So that's why it's mainly useful for essential for banking and healthcare and telecom applications. So and with the help of we can easily able to scalable. So let us try to execute these commands. So in the most common web browsers we are using HTTP, Nginx. So we have different types of commands. So for example, if you want to install and start the Nginx, you can easily do to install. So just a minute, we can start our mission. once we have connected to our Linux machine, let us execute this step. So before going to this, we are updating the packages. Sudo yum updates. Y. So using this command, it mainly updates the packages which are available in our Linux machine. So we have updated the packages. So now let us try to execute the nginx. Install http hyphen y. So we are installing the nginx http different types of servers services we are installing. So once it is done, we can enable our http service. And we can enable this http services. So we have enabled the http service. This is how we are going to install nginx, http, like this https. So these are the most common servers which we are using: RHS, CentOS, Aluminius. So we have like a different types of web servers, and we have the database servers. So let us try to execute the database servers as well. So for example, for database, we have the MySQL, MariaDB. So we have like a different types of SQL servers. So MariaDB is almost same as like MySQL. So MySQL we already know. Everyone we are using for the database purpose. We are using the SQL. So before running the database commands, we need to install SQL server into our machine. So once it is done, we need to go to sudo yum install. So we are installing the MariaDB. So it's same as like MySQL. So we are installing the MariaDB database server. So let us see once. So we need to install MariaDB in our machine. So for those, we need to install MariaDB. Let us first we can install. So some kind of Linux machines will not support this MariaDB. So let us try it with MySQL database. So we can give sudo yum install So, for installing the MySQL, so we need to prefer from the official MySQL document. So we need to follow some steps. So before this, we need to get the details from the repository of MySQL official website. So then only we need to able to install the MySQL server. So I'm showing the command itself. So because it whatever it's showing error because it's unable to install. So before that, if you want to install, we need to download and add the MySQL repo. So from the MySQL official document, official MySQL notes. From those, so from the enterprise Linux edition. So wait, where it is actually. So let us check. Let us try these commands, whether it is executing or not. And we can. So we need to, we don't have the, so we need to, so everything will be a complex process. So here I'm not able to find. I can type it manually because I know the commands which we are using. So I already have. I can type. So later we can able to get from the internet. SQL.com. So we are able to getting the information. W get means getting the information from the folder.